another midnight drive. It's me again. I'll be here every night. So tonight I thought I would just talk about, my opinion on like technology that is coming out that can, improve the human condition. By this I'm talking about how there are people who are afraid of a microchip being placed in them with the vaccine. So I'm curious. So I thought I'd talk about like my opinion on having microchips inside of us, or even just having other technology inside of us, because there are companies that are working on chips that will be inserted into your brain to improve things. So I'm all for it, because I think that I'm honestly a transhumanist. I think that we should be given the freedom to alter our bodies however we want, and that includes fusing it with technology to further push your limits, extend your limits. Obviously that means you don't have to do it at the same time. I'm fine with you not doing it too, but I just think that having a chip inside of our brain that increases how quickly we think could end up turning a 24-hour day, if it's doubled brain speed, into something that feels more like a 48-hour day. Of course, we would need to start like getting our physical body to a point where it can keep up with that speed as well, but that's just like a small example. And I know that the microchip thing that people were talking about that they thought was in the vaccine is not like that. It's not the same. But the companies that are working on like these brain chips, like Tesla for example, that's the purpose of it, to make us as fast as AI. And I've noticed that in the Western culture more specifically, it seems like using technology to increase human potential is not as well seen. It's like with the Western side of the world, it's like people would rather build AIs to do the work for us than improve us, make mechanical body parts, or make us faster, make us more cyborg-like, I guess. Because I don't know, I think it'd be a lot cooler, and it'd probably be a lot better as well, because if we're afraid of AIs taking over the world from us, then wouldn't it be better to just make us into these unstoppable working machines than making robots? And I don't mean like, unstoppable working machines isn't like forced slave labor, because now our minds are controlled by corporations or whatever. But I mean like back at if we can increase our brain speed double and our body speed double, then we could finish an 8-hour workday in 4 hours, and then we have the rest of the day to ourselves. So instead of actually having to lower down how many hours a day like people have to work to survive, we can do that. Of course, a lot of people think like that's way farther in the future, like cyborg stuff is definitely not coming anytime soon, but I mean that Tesla brain chip already is doing God's work. Because the plan with it was to just put it into a monkey and see how that worked, and try and get into human ones. But not including that brain chip, we also have a company that made contact lenses that show you how fast you're going. Only you can see this. It lets you, like, they're trying to figure out a way to connect it to your phone so that you can talk to people, but also like can like pick up sound. Like it's pretty big contact lenses, like when they have the little display thing. I don't know how they fit it all into this like actual thing that you put on your eye. Probably connects to Bluetooth to your phone, so that it doesn't require anything like sound recording device and stuff. But because they showed this thing translating people as they talked into your language, and I think that's a really useful thing, especially when traveling internationally. Another thing that is currently happening right now is we have remote controls you can get for your computer that, you know, read your brain waves and input characters, or you could input any kind of keybind that you want into these things. And they put these on paraplegic people back when they first showed these off like 5 years ago, and these paraplegic people used a music making program on the computer where they were able to make music while they couldn't move from the neck down. I think it's paraplegic, or is paraplegic just waist down? Maybe I'm thinking of quadriplegic, the one where it's neck down, you can't move. But yeah, that was the Epoch Plus, and I thought that was really cool when I first saw that. One problem I have with this whole thing, though, of course, is if we keep bringing out all this technology, it'd be nice if the government didn't really have a hard control over it, because if we start making all these like technological jumps on how to improve your body, and the government obviously does their government thing where they want to tax something and have more control over it, they're probably gonna limit how much modifications you could do to your own body, or they'll limit what modifications you could put on your own body, things like that. And I just wouldn't like that from the government, because not only is it bad because it's less freedom, but it's bad because people who want that freedom are gonna have to go into some kind of underground market where it's dangerous. And then you also get to the thing where if there's too much freedom, then definitely people are gonna gatekeep like a lot of parts, and it'll become like Repo Genetic Opera, where there's one big company that just sells all these parts, and they'll send someone to just kill you and take their parts back. So I mean, I'm sure there's a nice middle ground in between, but I definitely prefer that future over the AI future. I know that Elon Musk was saying that he was only making this chip so that we could think faster, so that we could actually communicate with AI in a non-slow way, so that they can, you know, still have use for us. They won't think that we're too slow or boring and outdated. But yeah, and I just those are my fears with it, is mainly just how the control of it is gonna go out. So I wouldn't want it to be monetized. Obviously, with the growth of 3D printers, and even the 4D printers now too, hopefully we can get to a point where we can just create our own bionicle parts, so we don't even have to, you know, connect. Another thing though that would be really nice would be like to be allowed to edit your genes completely. And obviously this starts coming into a lot of issues when it comes to like things like a sports person editing their genes to become 10 times stronger than what they should be, and actually competing in the sport and just dummying the competition because of that. But I think one of the main problems is, for us to be able to gene edit an adult, we gotta start testing it on something, don't we? I don't know. Some people think you can gene edit with mRNA because of what it is, but I don't know. When I think of gene editing, I think of DNA editing, not mRNA editing. Well, but what do I know? And but that'd be cool to be able to just I think of it not as like make yourself stronger or faster or whatever, but it'd be nice to just be like, oh, I want to gene edit my hair color to a different color. You wouldn't have to dye your hair or multiple times anymore, you know, just quick gene edit. Even for people who would want to transition into another gender, or people who don't like how they look, right? A quick gene edit would be best in slot. But of course, you know, I'm thinking way too far ahead, because I don't think gene editing will be a thing for another 15 plus years. But it's a bright future to think about, you know, and look forward to. Because I'm someone who, when I've always played like MMOs and stuff like that, I've always liked paying for changes on how my character looks, like full on like race change, or appearance change, or gender change, everything. Like I would just jamble up how I look constantly. So because of that, to be able to actually gene edit my skin to be blue, for example, or gene edit like me to have a tail, for example, haha, not a furry, ha 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 ha. Gene edit me to have scales, you know, just things like that. When I say race change, I don't mean like from black to white. I mean like actually like I mean like actually changing species. I guess I should have said species change, not race change. But usually in like video games, your race is your species. But yeah, you know, let me know what you guys think about all this technological body stuff. Are you down for transhumanism? Are you against it? You know, why not? Leave a like if you like this. Subscribe if you liked it as well, of course. If you didn't like it, well, you could probably leave a dislike. Tell me you hate me. Leave a comment saying why you disliked it. And yeah, until next time, I'll see you around.